Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the daytime stream. Let's get some music in here. So, the computer reset itself. I'm trying to figure that out. Probably went through an update. A forced update. Don't you hate those? God, man. But I guess it's got to happen for security reasons, so. I am just trying to log into all of my apps now because it got reset, including YouTube and everything, except the update for the YouTube program partner. Okay, let's review an update. Review our updated terms. Okay, continue. All right. Okay. Man, I don't got time to read this. YouTube knows I'm not going to read this. Clearing this out. Okay, I'm going to accept and continue. Share data for earning opportunities. Okay, we're going to click finish on that. That's fine. All right, there we go. Okay, so we finished all that. Good. Let's go ahead and close this. Well, let's see what's going on for today. Whoa. We did, what the hell? We do not want, whoa, there's like 100 windows opening up. Okay. Stupid launch an Xbox. I hate that crap. I do not want Xbox. There we go. All right, let's jump over here to live. Yeah, my computer reset itself, guys. Let's see. We're showing off that Gengar Pikachu. Such a cool card. Come on now. There it goes. All right. And the title shall be MTG Marvel Restock. We're also going to say new Gengar Pikachu break. And we're going to say what? New Power Rangers. We're still selling through those. All right, new Power Rangers. We're going to save on that. That was the business yesterday, and it was moving pretty fast. We're getting a lot of business. We still got to log into here. Let me hit refresh. Well. Hey, what's up, Mr. Hunter Tipton? So the computer reset itself, and it's taken me extra time to get this all kind of put together. Let's go grab our tags, because I know the tags aren't going on automatically. We have new Topps Rainbow, don't we? That's another thing we have. So we've been busy. We got some new stuff. All right, we're going to put this in here. We're going to hit save. Good. We'll say new Topps Rainbow. All right, Magic the Gathering Marvel Restock, new Gengar Pikachu break, new Power Rangers, new Topps Rainbow. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and open this tab, and then we're going to post the website. Meow. We've been putting a lot of stuff into the menu. It's kind of cool, right? Last night before we went live, I was working hard on the inventory. I was getting all the inventory all cleaned up, dusting it off a little bit, making it look nice. That's pretty much my lifestyle these days. It's just working on the business. Just work on the card shop all the time. I like to see things the way they're supposed to be. It makes me feel good. All right, you ever do that with life? You ever just work on life? Life's stressful until you work on it and get everything done. Then it's not so stressful. All right. Those are good. Let's get these refreshed. Probably close this one. I think we can close this. Here's tag grading. Tag grading almost certainly not getting any. Oh, one of the tag submissions. It's now on the verification step. It's not the oldest one either. It's one from April 4/23, 2026. Wow, progress, guys. I'm finally in queue to have some cards sent back. They're on the verification step, so that's good. It's not close, but, you know, at least it's something. All right, good. Yeah, I mean, verification would happen, then encapsulation, and then it would be like quality assurance, and then it would be shipping. So we're not close, but hey, I mean, progress. What do we have over here? So 10 hours ago, Roki Hyun, Jungle Pack Split, 1 spot plus, use my credit, he says. Okay, I don't know if I serviced that one yet. Oops. Scrolling down here. Oops. Come on now. CS Man, send the Reshiram to CGC. So that's where we left off. And that's where we're going to start today. Now, what am I forgetting? We got the menu pin. Let's turn on the iPad. I think we have to advertise the stream now. That's what we got left to do. A lot of setup before we actually start having fun, you know. Gives you guys a chance to decide if you want to open something. Tyler's here, J-Dog's here, Silver Ranger, Elijah Horning, Gigi Suave, Zurzu, Shahir, Vizard Zero was just watching your market update video. Always good stuff. Market update video. Do you think Yellow Border Fairy energies are worth anything? Yeah, maybe. Didn't that Aero Dark Dragonite pull also have the Hollow Charizard in the same pack? Yep, it sure did. Thanks, mister. After watching you over the years, you've given me the confidence to invest more into Pokemon. Yeah, that's actually an interesting thought. I guess for me, I went through stages of that feeling. You know, when I started out, the idea of spending $4,000 on a Pokemon card was kind of gutsy. It was like, no one else is doing this. Like, I must be a weirdo. And then I did it, and it worked. And so, you know, that's a little bit of the stories of wealthy people. If you ever listen to them, a lot of times they did something experimental, or they explored, or they took a big risk. So I fall into that group, it turns out. I think I can declare myself a millionaire today. I certainly didn't start out that way. I started out extremely poor, and now I'm successful, and it feels great, I guess. Other than the fact that I work all the time, I don't really play. Like, I've done nothing. But for 7 years, I've had very little fun. But yeah, I mean, it's like playing a video game for a long time and saying, hey, I did it. I got the high score. That's what I was trying to do. And yeah, from my experience, you have to experiment. It's required. You must experiment, you must explore, and you must take risks. You must have new ideas. New ideas are important. And then when you have a good idea, you kind of got to grind it. Got to keep it going. All right, we're going. You know, one thing I could change to be a better businessman is if I grew, like if I expanded by hiring people. That's something I'm not very good at. So I'm a small business. I might always be a small business, but I don't have like a big team or anything. We're live right now for Wednesday day. Okay. Boop. We're going to hit send. All right, there's the ping. I'm going to go grab Instagram now. We're going to do some Instagram posting. Yeah, I mean, some people in my same shoes, maybe they would have done some interesting ideas. Like maybe they would have made a mystery slab website. Maybe they would have hired a guy to do a secondary stream, maybe like a sports stream. Maybe they would have done a better job at acquiring product. There's many ways you can criticize my work. But I put in a lot of hours. I did what I could do, you know. People hit their limit on how skilled and smart they are. I'm where I'm probably supposed to be, and I'll keep trying to improve and doing the next thing. That's what life's all about, you know. And then by the end of your life, you have some stuff, and then you die, and you don't get to keep any of it. That's right. I don't get to keep these Pokemon cards. It's like I'm renting them, if you think about it, because when I die, I don't get to keep them. So no matter how hard you work on your Pokemon card collection, once you're out of the once life is game over, it just goes to somebody else. And maybe they have to pay for it, but it's not yours. All right, there we have it. Very nice. That's what it's all about. So you better get your smooches in between all your work, because you got to get some smooches in life, too. Hey, it's Mr. Hunter's Hobbies, member for 13 months. He's got the Squirtle Panties emoji. That's one of our favorites. 13 months already, huh? I bet collectible is in the tens of millions. No. Definitely not. Definitely not. You are overestimating. It could be 2 million. I mean, the fact that the gold stars keep going up is changing things. Yeah. Like, there was a point when the gold star Charizard broke 100,000. I was like, okay, maybe we have $1 million in slabs now. Well, he just last sold for 296. So yeah, maybe it's getting closer to 2. I don't know, but not tens of millions. No. That would be overestimate. All right, here they are, the very popular Magic the Gathering Superheroes Marvel. Might as well order more of these right now, but I'm gonna let them start selling first. Problem with bringing more people in is they must follow your values, otherwise your brand will suffer, similar to franchises. Yeah, I experienced that with John, really. John, he was such a good thing until he got himself in trouble, and then it's like, damn it, John. What are you doing, dude? So, I miss him. I wish that he had just behaved a little differently and things would have been hunky-dory. We are. Poor John. All right, let me go ahead and jump over here. There's just things you can't control, you know. No Hobbit, when we get Hobbit, it's just not here yet, guys. I already ordered it twice before it released, by the way, like a week before it released. And it's on the way, I'm sure. It's just not here. But we do have Superheroes Marvel. I didn't buy too much of this in the off chance that, you know, we've hit our limit on demand on these. But yeah, the Hobbit's going to be a little bit of fun. Reminds me of Lord of the Rings, which we already had. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Hobbit. How do you evaluate your collection by last sold? You know, I used to sit down and check last sold and also cheapest buy now. I have not done that in like 3 years. I've not sat down and actually checked the value of my collection. I've found that doing that over and over again is kind of like something you do when you have a lot of free time. Nowadays, I just don't have the time for that. So the answer is I don't actually know whatever my collection's worth anymore. I have a feeling that is probably worth over $1 million at this point, because just this one card is 300 maybe. This one's 200 maybe. This one's like 100, I think. This one's 100. I've had an offer on this one for 300. This one's probably at least 200. So there you guys go. That's $1 million. What do you think of that? That's cool, right? It's smaller than $1 million of dollar bills. It's just a couple cards. So it's more like rubies or sapphires or diamonds, you know? And they're in plastic. It's just a cheap plastic. See, that's one of the things I talk about sometimes. These need to be in some kind of special material, not plastic. Plastic's not good enough. There needs to be a computer in the slab. So there should be a computer and a charging station. And this should have metal reinforcement. Maybe it should be some kind of special glass. These shouldn't be in plastic. It's just plastic. So, you know, if PSA doesn't do that, another company will make slab protectors that are super high-end, complex, you know. That's what's coming next, guys. There's an idea, you know, go start a company around that. Go make computerized slab protectors with, like, super security on them. They could come with the tracking device. They can come with the live updates on the price of the card. They can come with live updates on the pop count. You just push a button and it shows up. Tiny little battery charges it or something like that. Nothing that can melt. Even if it did melt, it wouldn't hurt the card because the card's protected in the lower part of the slab protector. So slab protector with the computer inside, maybe like security screws. You got to screw it together. You put your little PSA holder in there. Something like that is needed in the market because why would I have a $300,000 card and it's just sitting in plastic? It doesn't make any sense. It's not complicated enough. It's not. It doesn't reflect the value of the card. You can afford a higher quality card holder when they're worth $300,000, you know? Honestly, a good idea. Yeah, you could spend $400 on the holder for the card at that point. What would it matter? It wouldn't matter. $300,000, $400 protector. So the protector could be made out of titanium or something like, you know, something that's actually a good protector of cards. But I get all kinds of ideas like that, but I don't need to work on those because I've already got a job. My job is to talk to you guys. All right, Mr. CS Min says, send the Reshiram to CGC. Let's get to it. I've already got a job. I'm Mr. Cardconomist. That's my primary job. There's opportunities out there. To do something like that would require exploration. You would have to get quickly into like design and manufacturing. And so you'd have to design something, you'd have to come up with like, you know, what you think is the best version of the product. You'd have to contact Chinese producers because it'd probably be produced in China. And then they would give you a prototype. It would cost you thousands of dollars to get that prototype because they do not make that stuff for free. The prototypes cost the most. Once a prototype is done and you've decided, yep, this is the good prototype, then you'll put in an order for like 10,000 of them. They'll make those for like 1/100th the price of the prototype. It'll cost nothing once it's designed. And then you bring it on over here and test it out and say, hey, that works pretty good. All right, let's see. Ah, Rishi Ram. Hey, it's Musabot. What's up, Musabot? You look at him. He comes right in and it gives 5 memberships. That's crazy, man. I hate pants. Hey, what's up, man? You need to know how to outsource all the steps. I don't think all the steps have to be outsourced. But you do have to manufacture it, and you could manufacture it here in the US. If you do that, you won't have to do any import fees, but the actual creation of the product could be really absurdly expensive. And then producing the product could cost like twice as much. All right, good luck on it, man. I do see the off-centering. I can visibly see it. But we'll see what happens. All right, he's got a beautiful Reshiram. Good. I'll take this top loader back. We don't need it. And then what we do need, though, is a semi-rigid. Do I have any more semi-rigids? Looks like I don't. So I might have to get a new packet of them. Running low on those. Doop, doop, doopy, doopy, doopy. Do, 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 do. And this shall say CGC. We don't need to write the date down because this will actually be done pretty fast. Okay, CS Man, thank you very much. Can we do a 4-way $32 battle for a spot in the Gengar? At that point, it would not be a battle. It would be more like a sublist. So a $32 sublist. Let's multiply that by 4 real fast. So my calculator. Calc is short for calculator. All right, let's see. So it adds up to 128. It would have to be $33 for processing fees because there's always a there's a flat fee every time you do a transaction. It's like 30 cents. So technically I would receive less than 128 per spot. Okay, let's try it sublist. I'll do it one time and we'll see how it goes. Okay, $32 sublist for the Gengar. We'll see how that goes. Might be the first spot in there. He's a big one. People don't like to spend that much money getting into a break, but it's like, how else will it go off? I'm also tempted, by the way, to put the Gold Star Gyarados on the table at the same time. Have 2 rare candies at the same time. Tempted to do that, but I don't know if I will. Here's Rookie Hyun. Jungle Pack split 1 spot using my credit. Okay, so here is this guy right here. And where's our Jungle Pack split? Here it is back here. Oh yes, the Vintage Pack. Very good. Vintage is so good right now. So right here we have the expensive booster pack. That's the Jungle Pack, everybody. And we got Rookie Hyun. No, L12. We got Garrett Whitney, Garrett Whitney, Garrett Whitney. Wow. That's a lot. Did he really buy that? Holy. And then Zachary Standing. And the Rookie Hyun's going in here. So this is up to 6. I'm going to double check that Garrett order because that's a huge order from Mr. Garrett. Let me make sure I put that in the right bag. Make sure he wasn't buying into the other one. How do I spell his name? Let me double check how to spell it. Send in 200K for the Gold Star Zard. Yeah, that'd be nice. But I wouldn't want to part with it at that price because it last sold for 300,000, just shy of 300,000. All right, on August 9th, Garrett Whitney sends $400 for 3 spots in the Japanese Jungle Break. It's real. He really did send in. So the Jungle Break is closer than you guys think it is. Take a quick look at the Jungle Break, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 out of 10 people in there. And there's a half spot. So it's almost at 7 out of 10. Closer than you think. All right. He said, I'll take a shot at that. Mark Kaplan says pre-order for the 8/12 stream. May miss start of the stream. So, 3 Korean Inferno X, 3 Japanese Storm Emeralda, 1 Ascended Heroes. I was cleaning up some of my inventory that I often don't mess around with very often, and I discovered we got plenty of Ascended, so we're good there. I ordered plenty. You know what else I have plenty of? Storm Emeralda. Damn, I ordered a lot of that. So we got lots of Storm Emeralda. Case after case after case after case. We got tons, and we got 2 more cases coming. So we are not shy on that product. We got an enormous amount of it, actually. Stocked to the up to my eyes, up to my gills. 2, 3. Okay. Good deal. He might pull a Charizard out of these Korean packs because, as you recall, I got a fresh case of the Korean X. Did the sub list for the Shiny Tyranitar pop-off. Here's Shiny Tyranitar. It's up to 7 out of 10. 3 spots remain. So many breaks, not enough money. We need more people in here. We need new guys. We get some fresh blood in here, you know. We gotta get some new guys who like the breaks too. That'll help. If you ever needed a reason to bring a friend in and tell them about the stream, the more people we have, the faster these breaks go. There we are. All right. The pack split's a very special thing, you know. It allows you to get into a vintage product without having to buy the whole product. The slab breaks for the big cards like Gengar, Pikachu, those are pretty special. It breaks down a PSA 10 into pieces. And normally you would have to pull it out of a booster pack with worse odds, and you still have to grade it 10, and it probably won't. It'll grade 9. Magmortar. Ooh. Magmortar's okay. I think he's kind of goofy looking. Here's Como-O. And a cold one. And we've got Genesect. Checking these for curvature. I don't like the curvature, so I don't think I'll use these in the Poke Shuffles. I just went into the PSA office today for drop-off Wednesdays. Cool experience. Oh, neat, man. There's the helmet. I've never been in a PSA office or any grading company office. Oh, I know what I forgot to do today. I was supposed to contact Degree Grading. Oh, my God, bro. All right. That's for Mark. I contacted PayPal instead. I was working some stuff out with PayPal. Got that done. There we go. Very nice. It's crazy you still haven't pulled that Pikachu Gengar on your channel. It must be very rare. Yeah, we believe it's extremely rare. We also believe that's why the price is so high on it. Mr. Mark. The high price reflects how dangerously difficult it is to pull it. Imagine you do finally pull it after multiple cases, and instead of him grading 10, he's a clear 9. Then you have to do it all over again. That's somebody's life. All right, let's grab this and this. Good. All right. What do we got? Mark Kaplan, bag 2. 826, number 2. There you go. The PSA office, huh? That's cool, man. Yeah, if you guys weren't here a second ago, we got an update from Tag. One of our tag submissions is in the verification process. So we're getting a little bit of progress on a tag submission. How nice is that? Isn't that nice? God, I hope we get that back soon. There's no progress on CGC. There's no progress on BGS. There's no progress on PSA. Everything is stuck. We need to do an SGC submission. We need to do a coin submission. We got to get something graded. Maybe now's a good time to send in my PSA jumbo cards, too. I don't know if jumbo cards have been affected by the lockdown or the shutdown, I mean. You know, like, that might be a totally separate office for them. Okay, next up. Mr. Mike Side, just a penny message for testing purposes. All right, no problem, man. Okay. The penny message has been tested. Update on these cases. All right, good. That is fine. Let's check all the queues, shall we? How's Jose Arredondo? 2 spots on the trade break. We did that one. We did that last night. That one's... Wait. That says 44 minutes ago, though. 3:56 p.m. The trade break finished. Yeah, the hunter, he's gone. The hunter is gone. So we need a new trade break, everybody. Let's look for a new trade break. Crazy still haven't pulled that Pikachu Gengar. YA9 is fine. That's kind of nice. Mimikyu. Delta Species. Diglett 9. He's kind of cute. Zubat 9. Elekid. Force of Despair. Ishigo. Tsukiyomi. Huh. A Halo sketch card break. That'd be interesting. Here's a vintage Here Comes Team Rockets PSA 9 first edition. That's kind of an interesting trade break. I don't know. That feels like it should just go up on eBay, though, to be honest. The Mimikyu is nice. Hey, how's it going, Team Rocket Grunt? We're choosing the next trade break. That's really good. The no rarity symbol one. That one might have gone up in price. Charmander 9. Let's do the Charmander 9. He seems nice from Yellow Deck, huh? All right, that's the new trade break. Charmander 9. He's going to require a lot because he's 170. Let's divide them by 5. 34 spots. All right. So this time the trade break is a very interesting Poke Charmander Yellow. Oh, wait. $5. 1 in 34. That's going to be a lot of energy cards. You can also, of course, just purchase directly into the break for $5 and maybe pull a Charmander for $5. Okay. Good. Speaking of trades, you guys know you can trade all kinds of stuff. If you got cards at home, booster boxes, anything you want to get rid of, contact me and you may be able to trade for a spot in one of the bigger breaks. So you got some slabs at home, you want to get rid of them, ask me to trade into the Gengar. Using a card at home, you can do that kind of stuff. Here's another thing a lot of you guys don't know you can do. Did you know you can post your cards for sale in our main Discord server, the TheCardconomist server? Well, the way that works, you just share the picture with me and then I repost it to the consignment channel. And then if it actually sells, I'll tell you I need it. I'll tell you someone wants it and that I need you to ship it to me. All right, so Jose Arredondo, 2 spots in the trade break. Can I interest you in this Charmander? How do we pay for the break? Yeah, if you're looking for how to pay, we take all methods of payment. Check out the description of the live stream for how to pay. PayPal, ZELLE, CASHAPP, VENMO. We have a website. You can log in and make payments there. All kinds of options. We are trying to meet new people and introduce them to our breaks. We have some of the best breaks out there, I think. I don't know if people have better breaks than me. I actually don't know what's out there these days, but we have some really cool breaks. I've been hosting them for 6 years. Technically, I've been live for 7, but we didn't start doing the table breaks till like, I want to say year 2 almost. At least we didn't do them this way. They became more refined and better over time. And yeah, now I have a long history of hosting these breaks, and they're a fantastic way to go after a card. So, where's my trade bag? That's the rare candy bag. What about the trade bag? Here's the second chance bounty bag. What about the trade bag? No trade bag? All right, we'll get a new bag for trades. You pay with blood. Do you have some graded energy cards? Great question, Mr. Pedrick. Yeah, so I have a very fancy one, actually. I have a Tag 10 reverse holographic fairy energy from XY Evolutions. But it's not cheap. I think last time I checked it was at 500. There it is. Yeah, it's really cool. You know, that pink fairy energy card is desirable. That's the new trade break. It is Charmander. Now, the fairy energy card, let me see if I can just show it to you real fast. It's probably in the, if you go into our Discord server, we have a channel called the Pricey Slabs channel. Boop, 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 Pricey Slabs, and it's probably in there because I bet you it's $500. So let me scroll through. Here it is. Right here. Try to keep that a little off screen. Get rid of this. There we go. All right. Pretty neat. All right. 500 for an energy. This market sucks. You would think so, but it's you have to do all the numbers. How often does anything from XY Evolution's grade 10 in a reverse holo? It's really tough getting 10s. But on top of that, the energy card is weirdly difficult to grade. You know why? Well, other Pokemon cards have less holographic surface area to actually, you know, be holographic. And so they have an even higher odds of not having a surface issue. Well, the energy cards are weird because the whole surface is holographic. And that's just upping the odds that there's a print line or some other similar problem like a scratch. And so on top of that, not a lot of people even bother. They say, well, maybe no one wants to collect the energy cards, so they don't bother grading it. So they, you know, they graded Charizard every time, but did they bother grading Fairy Reverse Hollow Energy? No. So you got a card that's harder to grade than the rest of the set, and no one's bothering to grade it. But Cardconomist is, so he's got one. Now, if you look at other Rev Hollows from the same set, it's the same deal. They're all pretty expensive now. It's XY Evolutions, baby. It's expensive now. So 500 is pretty reasonable, actually. And is Pokemon expensive? Yes, Pokemon's expensive. So you can say that. Pokemon's expensive. Let me toss you in here, Mr. Abram Rodriguez. All right. He wants into the trade break as well. You sound pretty new. So let me teach you something. Here's the break. We need 34 spots sold, 34 people. What you just paid $5 for is this energy card. So you own this now. It's going in here. And if you're lucky, you'll also grab the Charmander. When you want to know if the Charmander went off, you'll need to come into the stream and check. We're live every day of the week. But in case you miss it, we have a channel called Breaks History right here, Breaks History. All right, and here it is. Like down here, Bowser Poker, Trade Hunter, and Tyranitar Lightning all went off. There's the link. There's the timestamp. So use the Breaks History channel to keep up with the latest breaks in case you missed one that you were in. Because we don't wait for you to join the stream. Once it goes off, we just immediately process it. Once it's full, we immediately let the break begin. Yeah, we don't hold it back for any reason. Huh, I sent an order like 20 minutes ago. I let him jump the queue because his order was very simple, okay? I let him jump the queue. All right, he had a very small one, and he's a new guy, so I said, let's let this guy go first. We're going to hit refresh. All right, nice to meet you, by the way, Mr. Abram. Now, here's Mr. Stefan, who is just waiting for his turn. He says, can I get one Riftbound Spirit Forge? Yes, sir. And one Origins. Oh, yeah, I need to get that Origins, too. I wonder if the Origins price went up at all. Because it was at 12. And we know Spirit Forge went up. Here it is. Ta-da! Riftbound has been a fantastic product. It's been selling through. People like Riftbound. Okay, makes sense, no worries. Yeah, he had an order that wouldn't affect your order. Like, for example, let's say somebody ordered the exact same packs as you, and I let them cut the line to open the packs first. That would be a big no-no. And it happens, actually, can happen by mistake. But I'm not supposed to intentionally allow it. All right, we got Lucian. Lucian, that's for you. This. Yeah, my rules are to go in order. Riftbound SIGs are going nuclear. Are they actually? That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. They are hard to pull. Good. Here we have it. Here we have it. Okay. So just because the other one went up so much, Spirit Forge, I better check Origins because it's technically older. Give me a second here real fast, guys. We're going to do a price check. Riftbound Origin. Oh, yeah. Riftbound Origins is way more expensive. Way, like triple. All right, give me a second. I was wondering that because I said, how can Spirit Forge have gone up and not this set? Okay, so Riftbound Origins shall jump from $12 to $17. Holy, dude. I didn't want to check that last night. I don't like raising prices. It feels kind of naughty, but I better do it before Miss Tammy comes in and buys a whole box of Origins under my feet. So I'm going to do it now. Origins is at 17. I'm going to go update the website as well. Wow, wow, wow. What a price change. My bet is they didn't print a lot of this. That's my bet. They didn't print a lot and they're not going to reprint it. it could end up being really rare, actually. And maybe I should keep a box of the Riftbound Origins sealed. I do that for One Piece, you know. I got a whole case of Japanese One Piece. I got a whole case of that, and that's sealed. I got a couple cases of One Piece just laying around. All right, there we are. Good. So now we're going to jump back to here. I should have bought a few more. Yeah, Tammy jumped in. She bought a whole box of Riftbound, and I said, a whole box? That's not typical buyer behavior. Usually what people like to do is they like to pick through the box. They go, okay, I'm going to pick through, see if I can get the hit, and then I'll get back out. So whenever a product sells really rapidly, I immediately have a suspicion that my price has gone under the market price. And what do you know? I was exactly at the restock price. So I raised it a little bit, and then I immediately suspected the Origins had moved up too. And of course it did. Excuse me, let's get a rotation going on. Luigi. Bufalon. There's a potential slab away. Here's a potential slab away. Luzamine. Pristine Ionawatrel. And Team Rocket's Tyranitar. Okay, next up we have an order from Nathan Gordon. Pretty sure you said 33, then wrote 32, but Gengar, here I come. Did I write 32? I don't remember. Yeah, it needs to be at 33. All right. Thanks for the extra dollar. I wrote down the wrong number. All right, Nathan Gordon. People appreciate having a guaranteed chance at a card. I call it a guaranteed chance. See, when you open a box of this from a fresh case, it's not guaranteed that the Gengar is in that case. In this break, he is guaranteed in here. He's guaranteed in the break. He's guaranteed PSA 10. That's very powerful. Next up, we have a Nathan Gordon, 2 Korean Inferno, and 2 Storm Esmeralda. I like calling it Esmeralda. I don't know why. It sounds kind of funny. Here we have 2 of the Infernos and 2 of the Storm Esmeralda. We got so much of this now. It's coming out of my ears. I apparently decided to like that set. I didn't realize I bought so much. I wasn't tracking how much I bought. So we got so much of this. Overstocked. It's a good thing though, you know, I'll probably have plenty for the future, so I won't have to do a restock on it later. Here's Empoli, and I bet you it sells through too. For some reason, I got too much Mega Symphonia, so we need to do like a case break on a Mega Symphonia or something, because I got tons of that. What am I going to do with Mega Symphonia? That's a Gardevoir Venusaur set. No, actually, it has Lucario in it too. That's not bad. Thank you, Nathan. Next up, we got Jonathan Fernandez, 1 Power Rangers. All right, go Power Rangers. So over here is the $8 pack. And, oh, I didn't put this away. I got to put that away. So that's for you, Jonathan. There's only 1 pack of this left. Now, there's plenty of this left. This is just a temporary storage bag. So plenty of the Season 2 is left, okay? Now, this goes into Nathan's bag. Let's go find Nathan Gordon. Here he is. Ooh, I love this new system of putting your name on the top, the lip. Makes me find your name pretty fast, as long as I keep the lips pulled up on these bags. So that's been an effective method for tracking everybody. There we go. Yeah, that's really useful. Jonathan Fernandez. I gotta start doing that for all the bags that sit in certain kinds of boxes. There are boxes directly on the table that are hard to lift up because they're surrounded by so much stuff. So having those lips is like an advantage for those. Here goes. People have been loving these. We sold almost an entire box of this yesterday at $8 a pack. And this is the second to the last pack. So I'm not kidding. We really did sell through. Of course, it helps that it's super vintage, it's super nostalgic, and you cannot restock it. So those are all nice qualities. The Pink Ranger. I just know it's pink. Here's Better Red Than Dead. Okay, that's the bad guy. Here's Claybrain. And here's the Yellow Ranger. And look at this move. She's using like a disco move here. Like, how's that supposed to help you in combat? Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. Are you going to have OP17 when it drops? I should have a pre-order already on it. I'll have to look into it. Pretty sure I pre-ordered it. Here we are. When does it drop? In a few days? There's always something. There's always something. Some ball is moving. There we go. Jonathan Fernandez. Okay, let's see. That's the Krillin Destructo disc. Something, man. Hey, pulling this real softly. Let's go looking for a Jonathan Fernando. John Bailey. Jonathan Sylvester. Johnny Suh. Let me ask you a question. Did you need a new bag? John Vasquez. John Reagan. A lot of Johns in here, and none of them want to ship. And some of them have really old bags. Here's a John Fang from 825. All right, John Fang. He has lost his holographics privileges. So these are getting automatically removed, but he shall keep his bag for now. That is one of the things. When your bag expires, I may immediately strip the hollows out to make room for others. All right, so I'm going to place this in the hollow bulk. His bag's expired. I'm going to let him keep it longer, but we're removing the hollows, and that's going to make way more room in the box. So I think you need a new bag. I'm krilling it. Hot Honey Rangers. Hot honey? You want to try some hot honey with that? They had hot honey dippers or something like that at Chili's, I noticed. There you go. I'm not eating there anymore. I'm not going to Chili's, the restaurant. You know, I've eaten there a couple times in the last couple months because we don't have a lot of restaurants in Lake of the Ozarks. And I've decided their meat tastes fake. Something about it's like too processed somehow. So I'm trying these factor meals where they mail it to your door. I've had them before. And you know what? I take a bite of it and I go, oh yeah, that's real food. You can tell right away. So they treat their food somehow at Chili's. I have a bunch of solo leveling stuff, mister. Okay, Jonathan Fernandez, you're now chiming in and saying that you do have a bag. Is that right? Let's go looking. Okay. Aha, Jonathan Fernandez, you were in an overflow box. We are. So that says 326 on it. I'm not going to automatically update that for you. We're going to put this into the 326 bag. That's because your bag's fat enough that we don't want you to keep your fat bag over here forever. We want you to be tempted to ship. Ship before 327, okay? Or extend the box for $5, but most people are just going to choose to ship. Mark Kaplan, afternoon, mister. We're here to hit and maybe lose some more gym breaks. 3 Storm Emeralda, 3 Korean, 1 Abyssai, 1 Ascended Heroes. Whoa, that's a big order. All right. A lot of orders coming in. I know we got a Jeff order coming up. Storm Emeralda, 3 Inferno Korean, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1 Japanese Abyssai. We had to open a new box of that, remember? So that's a fresh box. Okay, and I think that's all of it. Very good. Ascended Heroes is so popular, dude. Does Factor have molten lava cake? They might, I don't know. But they got, they serve a lot of chicken breast with potatoes and rice, that kind of food. And when I eat the chicken, it doesn't taste like it was cured. It doesn't taste cured. It tastes like actual chicken that might have been cooked a day or two before. That's what it tastes like, leftover chicken. You go to Chili's, you get like the chili, you know, fried chicken sandwich or the Chili's dippers, and they taste like they're almost cured. They got to be treating it with something. We are. Like they do with turkeys, right? So something's not right about it, and the meat's kind of not so great. So I don't trust it. Besides, you're not supposed to eat fried foods, right? Isn't a fried food like a carcinogen, trans fats, stuff like that? I think so. So I'm trying to stay away from all that. I really am trying to eat healthy. We are. Ooh. Look at that. Double anchovies for me. We are. All right. Ooh. I had to put some anchovies on my chicken breast to make it more palatable, you know, delicious. If you could just put anchovies on everything, everything would taste good. So I was sharing some pictures of that. Got some anchovies on my fresh vegetables and anchovies on my chicken breast. Ho ho, Raikou. We're due for some gold, yeah? There we go. We got one SR and one Raikou. That's for you, Mr. Mark. Okay, so I'm a little concerned about how heavy the M shelf is. I'm going to take this Nicholas Pacheco box, which is really heavy, and I'm going to move it to the far right side of the shelf, and then I'm going to bring you back over here. Okay, good. I don't know if you guys have ever seen my shelf setup. It's really kind of janky because I put my laptop there, and I worry sometimes about how much weight the shelf can bear. Okay, I think as long as those are all the way on the right side, it'll be fine. Good. So, what do we got going on now? Sergio's going to go into the Pikachu sub list. Here you go, Mr. Sergio. Oh, yeah. Very good. That's 2 people in this Pikachu sub list. Remember, you can just buy in for $128. I guess that's kind of scary, huh? It's the Topps Naruto, $70 for a single pack or for the box. It's $70 for just one booster pack. That's right. It's a premium product. A whole booster box of those Narutos is just 5 booster packs. That's it. The whole box is 5 boosters. So that's not a standard Topps product. That is a premium Topps product. Costs a lot more. That means when you grade the cards, if they get 10, go ask for a lot of money for your 10, okay? That's the trick. So if you get a nice 10 on yours, you better ask for a lot of money. If you sell the raw cards, you better ask for a lot of money, because it came out of a booster box with only 5 boosters in it. All right, we got Jeff Leon. He wants a Poke Shuffle, a Waifu Shuffle, and a Pikachu Gengar spot. You got it. Ready? Let's get it. Yeah, you know, I guess people could probably afford the $128 spot, right? But I think it's kind of like a feeling like I burnt up all my playing around, like all my Chuck E. Cheese tokens on one game. Kind of a tough feeling, probably. That's why people probably like the sub list so much. Okay, so we got one Waifu Shuffle. Let's see what it turns into. Hopefully it hit. Boop. You got one cold Waifu Shuffle. I'm sorry, man. How about that Poke Shuffle? Good luck with Poke Shuffles. Looks like we could add another slab to the Poke Shuffles. Think about that now. Boop. All right, no one-spot snipes on those. And then what do we have after that? Pikachu Gengar sub spot. You're going in here. Jeff Leon. We got 2 big cards competing with each other now. The Mega Tyranitar and the Pikachu Gengar. They're kind of in the same class of very huge card. All right, these are yours. Good. What's next? Boop. It's Roki Hyun, 2 Marvel Impels. Oh, those are so popular right now. These are really popular, the Marvel Impels. We've sold almost 2 full boxes of it very recently. We have sold 2 full boxes if you count Kayla's purchases. So it has been 2 full boxes. We used to have 3. We're down to 1. All right. So popular. Now, these are $24, and look at all the gradable cards you get out of here. I think the reason people like this so much is they can feel the value when they open it. It is. So look at that. Right off the bat, you get this comic book Spider-Man, card number 1. Wow, ridiculous. And then here's a Nick Fury versus Hydra, Hulk. Here's a Cloak and Dagger. It's all old artworks too. Black Cat, here's Storm. So the format is the cards are in the style of like a comic book. It even says Marvel Comics up there. Here's Longshot. Here's an actual comic book cover. First issue X-Men. That's really cool. Here's Ghost Rider. Very nice. Red Skull Supervillain, and Fall of the Mutants. So this just keeps selling and selling and selling. It always was a good product. When we first added this to the menu, I couldn't keep up with the demand. And then, you know, people got kind of used to it, and they said, all right, I don't need any more of those. But once you have a couple packs of it, you know, you might pick through and pick the best one to grade. And the cool part is you can pretty much grade any card from the pack as long as it's, like, got a chance at a 10. Like, look at this Magneto. Look at the centering on this Magneto. That's not bad at all. he might have a shot at a 10, and he's great, you know? So that's why people really... Oh, there's the Cyclops. Miss Kayla likes the Cyclops, so she likes that one. Here's Captain America. Is this the first, the real Captain America lives again? Very cool. We got Ultron. Wow, they really made Ultron look kind of like Ultron. It's pretty interesting. Okay, here's Iceman. Here's Nick Fury. Here's Marvel. Because I've seen him in the movie. I didn't watch the movie, but I've seen clips of it. Here's Stan Lee. You can actually grade this. This is a popular one to grade, the Stan Lee card. It's kind of funny that they put all of his characters overlapping on him. Giant Size X-Men and Silver Surfer. So there you have it. Really nice. Very cool. I might have to restock this one because it's selling through, guys. Probably should already. Roki Hyun, I believe you have a table bag because your situation is that you have a lot of cards now. There we go. Good. Good. There we go. All right, what we got next? Harry Kennison. Hey, mister, can I grab a Naruto Topps pack, black pack, Power Rangers Series 2? Thanks. All right, he's buying that Topps Naruto pack. We only have one Topps Naruto pack, and it is that. So it's always going to be that one. Let's grab you one of these. Oh, was it this? No, you wanted the Series 2 Jumbo pack. Here we are. Let's refill this baggie. Power Rangers has been pretty successful. People seem to be enjoying it. All right, put this in here, and we'll put this here. The new Star Wars Galaxy Hobby orders went live today on Topps. Mr. Drop is closed now, though. Star Wars Galaxy Hobby. We'll take a look into that. We like Star Wars Galaxy. It's not our top seller, but we always have some on hand. Topps is tricky because Topps is always way overpriced, it feels like, but maybe it's overpriced for a reason, you know? Maybe it's overpriced because people like it. But if you ever get into it, you always have to drop big dollars. Here we are. All right, what we got? White Ranger get pulled yet? Meant to put on my upcoming order. Can you thin out my bag for some trade break spots? Yeah, we have a new trade break, everybody. Did you see the new trade break? Here it is. It is a cute little Charmander. It's a pretty solid trade. It's a big one, though. Your odds are only 1 in 34. So it's pretty rough. Yeah, Charmander, you're not going to have great odds. Like the Hunter, that one was 1 in 8. You actually had really good odds on that one. I think there's like 2 people in here already. Ready? Just 2 cool girls hanging out, doing their schoolwork. Here's some people dressed up. That would be some sort of microaggression or something now, right? Here's this, or cultural appropriation. Here's the Red Ranger. Here are the doofuses, useful henchmen. Here's these guys on Mars or something. Is this where they found the bad guys? I think that's what happened, right? Here's this guy. Here's Dr. Phil covered in stuff, maybe. Here's the fat guy, radio announcer or something. Here's the Hobbit. Here's the Green Ranger. Here's the Black Ranger. And what's this? You've got the girl, and she's being pinned up, probably to have, I guess, knives thrown at her. I don't know, actually. There goes. That's from some episode where they're doing Trick or Treat, Halloween. Ooh, speaking of Halloween, we're heading toward it. Who doesn't love Halloween, man? Halloween's cool. We're in August, so then there's September, then October. So we're a little far away. Memorial Day weekend's coming up. No. Labor Day is coming up. Labor Day's coming up, isn't it? So Labor Day's the next holiday. All right, now the Narutos. I love Halloween. Mister, I got my shipment today, but I was missing my slab. All right, tell me about this missing slab real fast. It happens sometimes, Mr. Akins. Tell me a little bit about it. What's the name on this slab? And tell me what the slab was real fast. I'll get it fixed for you. Whoa, not bad. These Narutos are so good, guys. You could do a gym break on a Naruto pack, too, if you ever want to. So I told you, these are always numbered really low. You got a 5 out of 10, dude. And that's why the pack's got to cost $70. Because if you get a holographic numbered card, which you have a decent shot at it, it's just going to be low numbered. It's going to be low numbered every single time. Kimimaro, Pro Oak Poker for Alicia. Okay, so an Alicia Poker Oak missing. Why would that be the case, I wonder? That doesn't sound like it should have happened. So let me go ahead and just print an immediate second label, and I will write on it that we need to get a missing Professor Oak found. I'm opening my shipping software right now. I'm gonna let it load up. Here's Minato Namikaze. Maybe it's a simple issue, like maybe the slab had not been processed yet. It had not been put into the boxes yet. So you also get all of these, which, by the way, it's not like these have no value just because you got a good holo. All of these are actually premium cards. So if you were to grade any of these 10, they'd probably sell for around $100. And look how nice they are. They might actually grade 10. Maybe I should grade some of these. Would you guys like it if I graded some of these? Maybe if I grade some of these Topps Narutos, it will encourage you guys. All right, because Naruto seems to be coming back. They're doing a card set on it soon. So what we're gonna do about the missing slab, we're gonna immediately print a fresh label, and we'll do a little investigation, okay? Oops. Here it is, Miss Alicia. We're gonna increase the weight. We hit this by this by this. Miss Alexis comes back in on Friday to do the shipping. Today's what? Wednesday? So that's 2 more days. It was in slab away, but I paid it off and paid for shipping at the same time. You know, that sounds like it's a possibility that maybe she took the label and she shipped your stuff before putting the slab into the box. So it's always possible for something like that to happen. That was a mistake I've made before in the past when I used to do the shipping. It's like a mistake where you do the shipping before processing the slab. So we'll find out if that happened very quickly. If that's not the case, if it's not sitting in the AL box down there, then now we got a bigger investigation. Did I write the correct name on the back of the card? So we got to investigate exactly what happened. It usually is very simple. Usually it's just sitting there. So we'll get you all set up. Looks like it's going to storm real bad outside. You guys want to see out the window? Look out the window. It's all stormy outside. So pretty out there. Not like a desert in Nevada. Well, it is just taking forever to load that label. While it's loading the label, let me jump over here and take care of Harry Kennison. So Harry, you got a baggie in this box. There we go. Yeah, if you paid for the label at the same time that you paid off the slab, maybe there's just a chance she got the slab and put it into the AL box rather than into the shipment. Maybe it's the way that she processed it. Maybe she processed it in a certain order. I can tell you this, there was a ton of shipping this time, like an unusually huge amount. So maybe that played a role. We're going to find out. You know, I might as well go look at the slab away too and make sure that the name's not still in there. But I feel like I remember this. Yeah, it's not sitting in there anymore. That's good. All right. So, I believe we're all done with Harry. Thank you, Mr. Harry. Appreciate it. And now, how about that label? Still not loaded. Wow, takes so long. Here we have Jonathan Lewandowski. Welcome back, Jonathan. 5 Ascended Heroes, 10 Storm Emeraldas. Okay, 10 of the Storm Emeraldas. Storm Emeralda's hot, man. We've already moved through a whole bunch more boxes of it, and we just have so much of that product laying around. Who knows what comes out of the next box, what the next hit is. Each time we open a box. We're looking for that Golden Rayquaza because no one's pulled that yet. All right. Grab this. And grab this. Putting that away. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a storm in, huh? Pretty rough one from the looks of it. Okay. Tossing that. Let's go grab 2 of these. Boop. So we got 5 of these, and then 10 of the Storm Emeraldas, huh? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Grab this box right here. Got that Terraria music playing still. Ooh. I counted 8, right? Am I going crazy? Set those right there. Yeah. There we go. Lovely. I gotta earn some money back. Did you guys see me buy that $11,000 Pikachu card last night? I gotta build some cash back up, man. It's a lot of cash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're all good there. 11,000. That's a little bit of money. All right, what we got? Here's 1 snip, 2 snip, 3 snip, 4 snip, and 5 snip. Somebody said I was really good with the scissors last night. I was like, I didn't even think about that. I've been using them for 7 years nonstop. I have a method where my finger can feel the card, and then that finger blocks the blade, so the blade never touches the card. Okay, here's Pikachu. Pikachu. Mister, I'm going to Vegas next month. What hotel did you stay in? It was in Summerlin South, and it was called Cliffsides, Peace Cliffsides or something like that. Cliffsides at Peace Harmony or something like that. I can't remember. But it was near Summerlin South because I wanted to explore all over that place. There it is. I wanted to see what life was like, what kind of developments they had. I mean, in a way, there are some ways where moving out there is going to be a little bit of a downgrade compared to where I'm living right now. Like, I get these ooh, I like that side up. I get these gorgeous lake views right now, and they don't have anything like that. I mean, they have a Henderson, I guess, but their lake's tiny, dude. It's a pond. It's not a lake. It's one of those man-made lakes like Lake St. Louis. Oh, what do we got? Mega Audino. So I've got a Lake of the Ozarks lake out here, and it's just gorgeous. And I get these big hills, and they're very pretty, and they're covered in shrubbery. And so it feels healthy out here. It feels wet. It feels like you got water nearby. It feels like you got nature nearby. It's a good feeling. Now, that being said, having lived out here, it's not as good as you think it is. The bugs are horrendous. The ticks are horrendous. Everything gets dirty out here. It's like, ooh, look at that little Inkay. Like, everything is covered in cobwebs, and there's, you know, like the wood just starts to chip. It's just kind of, ooh, the Kecleon. That's good, too. You did good on your ARs. The Inkay and the Kecleon popping out. What else we're going to pull? Okay, you pulling this lady, SR. She's got a hat. Timing was good there, Mr. Jonathan. Cold. Cold. But so, you know, we were exploring Summerlin West, Summerlin South, trying to get a sense of like what it might be like to live there. And they got the stuff, you know, like they got the grocery stores. They had a lot more restaurants, way more, like 100,000 times more restaurants. But more importantly, they just had more places to go walking. The irony of living out in a place with big, beautiful hiking trails and all this nature, the irony is that I do considerably less walking than I used to do in the St. Louis, St. Charles region. And that's because you really don't want to go walking in the wilderness when you're going to get Lyme disease. You can't go walking most places. You have to go walking where they made a trail. And you walk the same trail 1,000 times and you're bored of it. And in St. Louis, St. Charles, there were all these beautiful like main streets and Newtown and all these cool places to go walking. Central West End, the Muni, Forest Park, the zoo, which is huge. You got like 3 malls to choose between. Well, out here in Lake of the Ozarks, we got none of that. So you just walk the same hiking trail, and then we got like a tiny park you can go walking. It's tiny. You go tiny park you go walking through 100,000 million times. And then after that, your indoor walking options is Menards. You go walking at Menards. So, yeah, I actually walk way less out here. I get no calories burned from walking. And you could buy a treadmill. So that's what you do. You buy a treadmill. I own a treadmill. And now I'm out of here. I got to get to another place, a place with developments. But more importantly, we want to go to a place with no taxes. So good. All right, Jonathan Lewandowski, let's find your bag. I think you're right over here. I'm staying at the MGM Grand. I live in Sky Canyon in Northwest Vegas. Not as many restaurants, but Summerlin should have everything you need. You know, the Sky Canyon we've analyzed that one a lot. That one's not off the table for having moved to. Sky Canyon is still lower temperature than the Strip, but it's not as low of temperature as Summerlin West. So if you're trying to get into the neighborhood where it's 104 degrees, when it's like 114 degrees in the Strip, Summerlin West is the option because it reaches the highest elevations over there. Sky Canyon also has elevations, but it's going to be a couple degrees hotter. But here's the deal. You get way bigger house for that. So you give up a little bit of the heat, cooling. You give up a little bit of the elevation. Oh, there it is. You got a big wind blowing outside. You give up a little bit of the elevation, but you get so much more house. So we haven't ruled that out. I mean, that is a possibility. Wow, you got tons, dude. You're loaded. I think this box is full. I'm not sure if we might be able to get it all in. It's not the not that the bags can't fit your stuff. The box might be full. Okay, good, that fit. And then we're gonna put your hits in this bag. You got plenty. Sky Canyon is also closer to Mount Charleston. Yeah, you guys have quite a bit of a shorter drive. I was looking at the drive to Mount Charleston. It looks pretty rough, mainly because it's a 2-lane road for both way traffic, which I've lived in a lot of places with roads like that, and it just sucks because it means you're gonna get some maniacs going like, 80 miles an hour, whipping around corners. They're like, well, you don't drive here every day? So you either get one or the other. You get a guy who drives too slow, who makes you want to kill yourself, or you get a guy who's bumper to bumper with you because he thinks you should go 80 miles an hour whipping around a corner in a 1-lane. And so I never liked those. But, so Karis and I actually joked about potentially moving to Mount Charleston. How interesting would that be, is if we moved out into Mount Charleston on the elevation? Which we can do that because we're both full remote. But nah, we're not. We've already lived this lifestyle where there's nothing to do. You get the views, you get the nature. But can you go out to eat? No, you can't. There's nowhere to eat. Can you go walking somewhere? Well, I guess if we drove 30 minutes down Mount Charleston into actual Las Vegas, well, we would just be in Sky Canyon at that point. You'd still need like 20 more minutes to drive to an actual location, So Mark Kaplan, no more kidding on these. Rayquaza inbound, 12 Japanese Storm Esmeralda. Okay. He said 12? All right, you got it. 12 it is. Yeah, and also 15 minutes from Red Rock. Go. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We saw the bowling alley at Red Rock, and it just kind of made us scoff because we have a bowling alley in Osage Beach out here in Lake of the Ozarks, and it's like a 3-laner. There's like 3 lanes, and that's it. And it's like, it's terrible. So we never go because it's such a tiny, you either got that one or you got the old one in Laurie. And Laurie's got like a population of 1,000 people. So you go to Laurie, and that one's larger, but it was like built in the 1970s, and it reeks of smoke, which isn't, I don't hate that smell, but it has like a old smoke smell, like someone smoked in there 70 years ago. And the whole thing feels like it's falling apart, like no one wants to invest in improving it. Why would they? Because most of the bowling alley lanes are empty. No one's using it. So it's just an awful feeling. So we go to Red Rock Casino, and you guys get this big fancy one with the tall ceiling, lots of air conditioning, and fresh lanes, and fresh pins, and fresh bowling balls, and everyone looks healthy and young, and like they're having fun, or they're dressed well. And it's like, it's night and day. It's like, we should be here. Why aren't we here? Why are we over there? All right, here's to Ascended. To Abyss Eyes. Yeah, it's interesting. I've lived in multiple places now, and I'm ready to kind of scale up my expectations or something. The best part of Missouri is the cheap price. You can move out here to Lake of the Ozarks and buy a big fancy lake house and get one under $1 million. That's the coolest part. It's under $1 million. It's a real lake house with a dock. You get sea-doos, but then you're in Lake of the Ozarks, where there's nothing but like a Menards, and there's 4 restaurants you can eat at. So it's like, it's a trade-off. Ultimately, we didn't use the lake as much as I thought we would. We didn't use the lake as much as I thought we would. That was the exploration part. That was the discovery part, you know. When I discovered how much work it was to actually care for a boat, it was like super annoying. It's like a full-time job. It's not a full-time, it's like a part-time job though. So like if you want to get the boat out, here's my, you ready? Mark Kaplan. Here's my experience. It takes 30 minutes to get your boat out. And that's not an exaggeration. You're getting bit by mosquitoes. There's dock spiders everywhere. You walk through the tick-infested yard. You get to the boat. You got to hit a button. It takes like 15 minutes just for the boat to get into the water. And you got to start pulling the tarp off. And you already know it's going to take you like 40 minutes to put the tarp back on because it's much harder to put back on. And there's spiders scrambling everywhere. They crawled into the boat. They love it. You get your life jackets on. You get your towboat insurance ready in case your boat breaks in the middle of the water. And then you need like 15 more minutes to actually pull out of the dock. You're finally on the water. And then it hits you. This boat hits 35 miles an hour, and that's the top speed. It's like driving around slow in a car. So I was like, oh my God, dude. It wasn't a big enough dopamine hit for me. So then you got to put it back away, and that takes like 40 minutes. It's actually harder to put the boat away. You got to repark it. And that takes a lot of skill, by the way. Boats, they're not like cars. They don't have brakes. So you got to repark it without damaging anything. Because if you damage the boat, heaven forbid you damage your own boat, that's going to cost you a lot. Because boat repair is insane. It's nothing like car repair. So heaven forbid you damage your boat putting it away. So you're putting it away, and you got to have the lift it back up for 15 minutes. But first you needed 30 minutes with another human being to get the tarp just right. You turn everything off, make sure it's not going to explode or catch on fire, because it can do both of those things. It's a boat. It can explode, actually. You know, there's like gas chambers, there's fumes. And then, yeah, and then every winter you pay somebody like $75 to winterize the boat. And then they come back in the summertime and they de-winterize the boat for another $75. You got boat insurance, boat licensing, tow insurance, all this so you can go 35 miles an hour. It's heaven. It's heaven. Everything I ever wanted in a boat. So my suspicion is, well, I need a very fast boat. Well, I hope you have $600,000 for a fast one, a good one. So there you go. You better have $600,000 for a good one. And honestly, if I ever owned a boat like that, I'm just going to hire somebody to take care of it, because apparently I'm loaded. Taking care of a boat is such nonsense that it's like, you got to wash it, you got to clean it, you got to make sure all these bills are up to date, insurance, you got to make sure all this licensing is up to date. Oh, did you pay the government rent? You own a boat, you own the government money because you own something. Just another way the government bends you over and F's you. I bought it already. It's mine. No, no, no. No, no, no. It doesn't work that way. Property tax. You own something nice? Oh, you're going to have to pay the mafia. We know you've got money. So that was my experience with boats. It wasn't as pleasant. Oh, man, that's a rough round, Mark. I was waiting for something to pop out at the end. You get a Trainer SR. I'm sorry, man. That's not the round. That is not the round. That's a rough round. You got Counter Catcher. I'm sorry, man. I saw the other order had the Girl Trainer in it, and I thought maybe that was going to be like the low-level pull. This appears to be the low-level pull, and then you didn't pick up any of the ARs. Dang, dude, I'm so sorry. It's never the round you expect where the big hits come out. Don't worry. Don't have to worry about a boat in Vegas. Lake Mead will be empty soon. Yeah, I saw that. I keep watching videos on that. But so now you guys know a little more about boat ownership, and when it's time to sell the boat, you go to the dealer, we'll buy your boat from you, and then they put a little GameStop sign over their logo, and they say, we'll take the boat for about 1/7 the value. What? Oh, we can put it on consignment, but then we're going to sell it for half the value because we don't actually want it sitting in our lot. And then you try to self-sell it, and a bunch of guys come with you, and they're like, well, can you give it to us half the price if we pay cash? That's what selling a boat is like. It's terrible. And then you lose your money selling the boat. So you get your ass handed to you. So boat ownership, it's only for people who are exceptionally wealthy. That's my opinion on it. Yes, it is very cool. You should definitely get out on a boat on a lake. It's a special feeling. If you want a decent boat experience, you're going to need plenty of money. If you just got a cheap little dinghy boat on a trailer, that could work, I guess. You know, you got to publicly put the boat in the water and all that. It takes a lot of practice, but there's so much cleaning involved. It's just nuts how dirty they get. And you got to keep up with the boat's maintenance too. I mean, like I only mentioned the winterizing and dewinterizing. What happens when the engine goes bad, or, you know, like the controls go bad, or, you know, the oil is not working, or the gas uptake's not working, or it gets jammed because there's debris in the water. You know, it's just so many things. You use it like 5 times and something breaks. Here's Roki Hyun, last spot on the Gengar Pikachu sub list. You got it. Something goes wrong every 2 seconds, it feels like. We had a Sea-Doo in it, and it got, excuse me, we had a Sea-Doo, and it got some sort of, you know, gas injection problem, and then we ended up just selling it to a guy on a loss because we're like, we don't even want it. Please take it from us. All right, here goes. When the Colorado River dries up, everyone in Vegas is going to dry up too. Who's got those packs loaded in the cart? Don't have to worry about boat in Vegas. It's so easy. Been doing that since I was 10. They say best days of owning a boat is the day you buy it and the day you sell it. Well, I'd say not the day you buy it, but maybe like when you're playing with it and it has absolutely 0 problems. Then it's pretty cool. Then you got to start maintaining it, and all of a sudden it's not so fun. You're like, oh, this is just a lot of work. You know, it's just a lot of work. It's kind of like, I imagine that's how it is owning an airplane. You can't just have an airplane have a problem while you're in the middle of the flight. So you're probably some super high maintenance person if you like airplanes, because you are checking that airplane for every single piece on the whole plane, checked 20 times. You're going to be checking that airplane 100 times over, make sure not even a bolt is out of position, because you can't afford to have your airplane explode mid-flight. You'll die. So boats are a little bit like that too. You can't really afford anything to go wrong with the boat because you'll be stranded in the water. All right, and then everyone's faster than you. It's so sad. It's like 35 miles an hour. It's not even good. Give me 2 numbers, guys. Let's split the deck. Let's see. Yep, so that was my boat experience in Lake of the Ozarks. And the central reason to live on the lake is to go boating. I think it's great for people who want to do like competitive fishing, or people who like Sea-Doos. Sea-Doos are awesome. Sea-Doos are legit. They're much easier to take care of because they're so much smaller. So Sea-Doos are very legitimate, guys. Alan says 4. Can we get one more number? PokeBruhs Mega Yacht never has problems. Yeah, you're probably right. PokeBruhs didn't want to shout my name from the rooftop, guys. One more number. 2. All right, we got it. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So we have all our boats sold and all our Sea-Doos sold. All of it's gone. We own nothing right now, and we're prepared to move. All right, we're just going to go in order. Nathan Gordon. Oh, there it is. Nathan Gordon on 1. Very lucky. L12. Jeff Leon and Roki Hyun. Da-da-da. All right. Very nice. Now, Roki Hyun, you have $3 left over. This actually says 33. I noticed you sent 36. All right. So, Nathan Gordon, I assume you would like to trade this side back because you were really intentionally trying to get into this Pikachu. There it goes. That's the end of the sub list. We have our very first contestant inside of the Gengar Pikachu. You're the very first one, Nathan Gordon. It's a pretty long way to go. 36 spots is a long way to go. Boop. Look at that. Damn, dude, that's a journey right there. Before you go diving on your personal submarine, don't forget to check your controller for joystick drift. Yeah. Well, they were, remember that whole story. Who remembers that? That was the whole submarine that exploded at the bottom trying to look at the Titanic. And it had like a billionaire on it, got a CEO on it, rich guys. And the CEO was warned by his like engineer, hey, don't do this. It's not safe. And what did he do? It was like this older ex-Navy guy white guy, right? And apparently the CEO didn't like white guys. He said, we got to hire less white guys. And he fires this guy because he's warning him, hey, your material is experimental and hasn't been tested, and it appears to not be safe. You shouldn't go under. He says, you're fired. And then the billionaire who went on the submarine, he brought his son with them. That's his bloodline. You brought your bloodline with you. And the boy, he didn't even want to go because he was frightened. He had an instinct that, hey, this could kill me, which was actually correct. And boy, should have listened to those instincts. Should have been a coward. Moral of the story, sometimes being a coward saves your life. But he had a feeling not to get on it, and he did, and they're both gone now. Crazy, dude. And they got, what did they get, like turned into dust or something, apparently, because the pressure was so high. They got liquidated. Team Rocket Grunt, Easy Snipe 2, live customs. You got it. All right, let's get it. Joystick drift. Sad for the kid. Yeah, the boy didn't want to go on, but he didn't want to leave his father unimpressed. You know, he didn't want to disappoint his dad. Okay, Dad, I'm not a coward. He should have been a coward. Should have said, Dad, you have fun. I'm staying on dry land. Do I look like a whale? Nope, I look like a Homo sapien. Meowth times 2. There's one of those bonus cards popping out, a nice Topps card. This time, a cold round. I'm sorry, Team Rocket Grunt. That bonus card isn't valueless, though. Let's get this into your bag, because that is actually kind of a vintage card right there. That's a good card. Imploded into atoms. That's a sad story, isn't it? That's a sad story. And it was all because of the arrogance of the CEO, because he didn't want to waste money and time testing out his experiment with using new materials, and the materials appeared to not be safe anyways. And then remember, we got that clip where his wife, the CEO's wife, was listening to the dive, and there was this pop, and she said, what was that? And the other guys who were part of the staff, they looked at each other like, uh-oh. Remember that? Like they already knew? Like, that's not supposed to happen. She said, oh, I wonder what that is. Like, she was nervous because she also perhaps understood that that could have just been them dying instantly. All right, let's see. Gonna hit refresh here. He made it out of freaking carbon fiber. They went from biology into physics. Yes, they became part of the physics. Next up, Matthew Amari. Welcome, Matthew. Thanks for placing an order. You know, you guys' orders is part of the entertainment on this show. Matthew says, shipping, I have 2 slabs in a little bag, ordered 2 Marvel and 2 live customs. Thank you. All right. 2 Marvel Impels. I think it's time to order a new round of the Marvel Impels. I think we're really low on them. Oh, we're sold out of them. Oh, we were lower than I thought. Wait a second. We're not out. Don't I have one more box? Wait a second. All right, we're good. We're good. We were almost sold out. Carbon fiber, huh? The material's so lightweight, it'll save us money. There you go. Yeah, maybe billions of dollars, huh? That's so crazy. If you ever get like really existential about that, like that billionaire, he had a whole life story. He was born as a child. He grew up. He built something. And it all ended that day because he put his trust into an arrogant CEO just once. Crazy. Oceanic Institutes across the ocean picked up the pop on sonar. Yeah, and then they made it sound like, oh, it just ran out of power and it's at the bottom of the ocean and they can save them. Remember that? And everyone was like imagining, oh, imagine the claustrophobia. Imagine running out of air, being stuck in this little machine for 6 days. All right, let's get it. He was born as a child. I think we're all born as a child. No, you get it, though. He had a childhood. That's my point. He had like a childhood. He has memories of being a child. He's not just like an object in the news, which is how we tend to think of people that reach the internet or people that reach your cell phone. You know, you're scrolling through your cell phone. Each person's a real person with like a story. That's one of those existential things when you realize you're player one in your experience of life, but so is everyone else. Everyone else is player one in their experience of life. So it's like you realize this guy had like this whole life going with experiences and memories and feelings and emotions, and he's popped and he's vaporized in a second. All because the CEO couldn't just wait and test his experiment. No, shove us all in there. That's good. I mean, he went 2. To be fair, he went 2. So he must have been really confident in it. But it's so strange because he was warned by his engineer. Oh, this is unsafe. You're fired. He fired him. He fired the engineer that warned him it wasn't going to work. All right, you ready? I'd be in denial too. Wife probably hoped till the last second that it wasn't what she thought she heard. She looked up, she had that odd smile, and she said, "What was that?" But it's like, why would you ask that question? And it's because she understood the physics. She knew that that tiny little pop was probably very, very possible that was an implosion and that it would sound something like that. Here goes. All right, 2 live customs, 2 Marvel Impel, right? Let's get it. And those guys didn't look comfortable at all, did they? Remember that? She knew to be listening for that little sound, and they looked super uncomfortable. Here's Wolverine. Nice. Kingpin from Daredevil. Here's Wolverine again, but he looks kind of like, he looks a little crazy there, almost like a villain. Shadow Cat, meow, but she's holding an Aerodactyl or something. Pterodactyl, Axe of Vengeance. Is that Loki? Mephisto. Mr. Fantastic, Alpha Flight. Evolutionary War. Wow, look at that card. Venom. Doctor Doom. Wow, we're looking for cards like this because Doctor Doom's coming out, guys. We got Doctor Doom movie on the way. All right, he should have been opening Pokemon cards. He should have been on dry land opening Pokemon cards. There we are. Then you can die slowly from card cancer. I'm going to be like one of those early workers in like a new field where they're like, it turns out there is a hazard. Turns out you were never meant to like inhale all of the dust, all of the fumes from the packs. I get like lung cancer even though I don't smoke. He got lung cancer at the young age of 45 years old. Doctors theorized that it was all of the heavy, what would you call it? Probably like something fumes, production fumes, manufacturing fumes from the manufactured good. All right, here's Hellfire Club. Holy, look at that. Holy smokes, man. Here's X-Men Magneto. We got Lizard. We've got Archangel. We've got Captain America versus Red Skull. Excalibur. There's that Captain Britain. Mole Man. The man who's a mole. Captain America. We got the ugly checklist. Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. And Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. There we go. Thanks, mister. No problem, man. Now, as you know, Miss Alexis won't be in until Monday to do the shipping. I'm sorry, Friday to do the shipping. She ships on Friday and Monday. Wait, did I print that bonus label? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I already printed it. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So let's go grab Mr. Matthews' bag. He has a bag somewhere. Oh, but first, let's get your 2 lives. 2 lives. I should always do the live customs before the packs because doing them after the packs makes me forget them. I'm more likely to forget. 1, 2. Okay. Hits differently when the product smells like pure chemicals. Yum. Yeah, they do actually. And I've developed what appears to be a chronic cough like asthma over the years. Here it is. And I know it gets worse in this room. I know for a fact it does. Okay, nothing but cold ones. Let's find your bag. Been listening to you for a while. Oh, that's cool, man. And this is an early order, perhaps? Is this the first time shipping? Okay. Could be a dusty room. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Could be a dusty room. Matthew Rodriguez, Matthew Rodriguez, Matthew Rodriguez, Matthew Rodriguez, Matthew Rodriguez, Matthew Clyte, Matt Clyte. Holy cow, dude. We got a lot of M bags. Okay. Mahasvara, Mahasvara, Mahasvara. Matthew T, Matthew T. Mary Kay. Matthew Bullman. That's expired. Matthew... Who is this? That's from 11/24. Marcus Atkinson. This is like double expired. Look at these. Those are like really old. I think they're old enough. There's got to be a point where we say, okay, it's old enough. Did I check this one? You must be in this one then, right? Mark Kaplan, Mark Kaplan, Mark J. Valerian, Mark J. Valerian. Aha! There you are. Little baggie here. Sweet. Hey, you know what's fun, Matthew? I can steal from this bag. Here's a Bronzor. And put it in your bag. Because that guy, Marcus Atkinson, he has abandoned his bag. He was here on 4/24, and then he was here on 7/25. You can have his Bronzor. It can be yours, okay? He can't say anything about it because he's not here. I don't know what's going on with him. Let me see if is he a domestic buyer? Let me see. How do you forget your bag for like 2 years? He might be international. I might leave this one alone. This might be international, but you can still have his Bronzor. I don't care. That Bronzor is your Bronzor now. He probably doesn't care either. It's just Bronzor. All right. So let's get you set up with some shipping. Yeah, because technically his bag is expired. It said 7/25 on it, and we're in August now, so that's an expired bag, and it's really old. Here we have an address for you. Sadly, I don't have an email. No email, huh? Let me see. Let me try clicking on the order. Let me try going into PayPal and checking the order. PayPal maybe provides an email. Probably not, though, because PayPal would have gotten the email probably from the website. Email's nice because then I can give you the tracking number. All right, let's see. Well, it looks like we're running into some Garrett Whitney. Oh, no, we were searching for Garrett. I remember. So let's close this out. Ah, there we go. Okay. Very good. Yeah, there's no website, or there's no email. So we're going to go ahead and do no tracking on this one, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and hit print. It looks like the cost of shipping has gone up once again, guys. We're still holding strong on our $9 shipping, but man, let me tell you something. It's getting pricey. There it goes. I'm sure it's not the Iranian war that's causing that. It's probably something else. Probably those dang liberals. Unpopular Iranian war. Matthew Mananes or something. Manaves. I don't recognize the name. What do you leave behind? Kyogre. Whoa, he left some stuff behind. That's why we haven't touched it. It's 11/24. We're going to give him a little more time, I think. He better be here by 11/26, though. That's the 2-year mark. 2-year anniversary on his bag. All right. So, your stuff is got the label printed, and now we give that to Miss Alexis, and she adds the slabs. Your package is now on its way with the carrier. Oh, that's good. So next up, we have an order from... Who's got the oldest order is the question. It's not you. Okay, that one's done. And so we're going to jump here. Oh, okay, so it's probably Mr. Asmer. Asmer returns. 1 Royal Blood, 1 Jujutsu Kaisen. Royal Blood. Which one is that? Is that OP10? Let's get that Jujutsu Kaisen. Royal Blood is OP10. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see. Trying to find it here. Here it is. Good. And then we should have a fresh box of the Royal Blood. Oh, you got the last box, or the last pack of the box. So the next pack is a new box. Free packs. I think you mean free packs free. All right, Mr. Asmer, you ready? Let's start sneeping. Good. Here's Virgo and Jogo Satoru Gojo. All right, nothing too crazy in there, just some standard hollows. You know what I was watching before we went live? I was watching that EDP documentary. Did you guys see pieces of that yet? That's kind of going viral on the internet. I was on YouTube watching the actual documentary. It's pretty interesting. There we go. I think I got about an hour in. Very nice. Okay, that's completed. Thank you. We have an order now from Jonathan Lewandowski. He says 12 of the Storm Emeraldas. He's going in for the double snipe. Double snipe time, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did you guys watch any of that? Kind of reminds me of that previous one they did for Boogie. Remember Boogie had a documentary, and it was like crazy. Here's another Luigi. Here's an Ekans for 600. Here's a Meowth for 30. Here's Porygon for only $300. That one should go up on eBay. I've seen clips. Yeah, the clips are hitting the internet of some of the more outrageous stuff he said. But here was a really interesting point. You know, they brought Chris Hansen on, and Chris Hansen was pointing out the reason why they weren't able to prosecute EDP when he tried to meet a minor. The reason they were not able to prosecute that is because the decoy, that would be the fake 14-year-old girl, the decoy contacted him first. And Chris Hansen was explaining you can't do that because then it counts as entrapment. The adult has to contact the minor, not the other way around. And so he said they botched it. And he said these guys, they don't care about actually catching the criminal. They care about going viral on YouTube, which he might be right a little bit about that. But, I mean, I'm sure he also cares about farming for clips. He's just really professional. He's the OG. Look at that, man. Wow. Such a great AR. Even if you don't pull the Rayquaza, this guy helps a lot. It's a great AR. Love the lava falling on him. So cool. Here's, okay, Talonflame. He just wanted a cupcake. Yeah. What are you doing here? I'm just here to get a cupcake. Oh, my gosh, dude. But, you know, so I listened to about an hour and 10 minutes of the documentary. You really start to get a sense that EDP is this guy who appears to get a lot of, you know, internet fame and attention. But deeper down, he's got, like, severe feelings of being, like, an incel, kind of being a loser. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids. He doesn't feel like he could get a wife. We are. All right. But also, it's kind of interesting because he's very judgmental on women, too. He's like, he looks at a girl, he's like, she's not good enough for me. It's like, okay. Like, what? How are you picky? Doesn't make any sense. There you go, Jonathan Lewandowski picking up just the AR, it looks like, this time. Oh, no. You also got the Talonflame. That's right. Okay. You got the Talonflame and the AR. All right. But he's so picky, and it's like, how do you get to be picky? You're so out of shape. You're dying from kidney failure, which they talked a little bit about that too. They were talking about the kidney failure, and he had stage 5 kidney failure. Oof. So it's kind of interesting because you start to realize he's a little bit of a mental case, you know, because people don't reach that point. He's like a My 600 Pounds character. And you start to realize people who reach that point in life without taking care of themselves at all, they're really struggling mentally to take care of themselves. Something's going on, you know. And yeah, that's kind of what you start to realize as you're watching it. Like, this is a guy who needed help. But he happens to be funny too, so he gets to go viral on the internet. Here's Rokihyun. So you see a guy going viral and you think this guy's, he's up. He gets everyone's attention. He's got some internet fame. And it turns out that's not all that great. It's just like, okay, good. Everyone's looking at you, but that's about all you get from it. Everyone looks at you. That doesn't make you deep down happy. You know, it doesn't solve your problems in life. All right, Rick and Morty Season 1, Rick and Morty Season 2. You got it. Ah, geez, Rick. All right, we got Season 1 and Season 2. We've had these on the menu for a while. They're pretty fun. This is like a lot of other sets where it's not just the chase card that can be gradable. Many of the cards in the set can be gradable. All right. Now, what's super cool about these, you can actually pull signatures from the voice actors. So I'm assuming there's a Justin Roiland signature in there somewhere. And this was before they let him go and ruin the whole thing. For allegations that he was, I guess, abusive to his wife, that then got thrown out of court. Ready? So here's Locked and Loaded. Here's Show Me What You Got. The Adventures of Steely. Cromulent Invasion. And Miniverse. We are. All right. Amazing episodes. Bring back Justin. Yeah, Justin was accused of, you know, creeping on a girl, but he didn't actually trade pictures with her, meet up with her, or anything. And then the other accusation, he was going through a messy divorce, and that the accusations by the wife were thrown out. She accused him of being real bad, and then they couldn't prove it. He was getting free, but he was already fired by that point. It makes me very sad. You are? I think a guy should be considered innocent until proven guilty. Mrs. Sullivan. Ooh. We don't do that when it comes to like Me Too stuff, Me Too movement stuff. We just assume the wife is never, women don't lie. All men are horrible. Women are not horrible. They've never done anything bad before. Here's Trust. Here's Daydreaming in Class. All right. Very nice. Cool, man. It's like, yeah, sometimes girls lie. It's a thing. Here it is. Okay, let's put this into your baggie. Wow, these cards are cool. Yeah, they're fun. You can pull a signature card out of there. You can also pull sketch cards out of there. So the packs are, they're pretty pricey, actually. It's a popular show. Here we go. We have an order from Harry Kennison. Can I get 2 Marvel Impel and 1 Chinese Surprise? So here are the Chinese Surprise packs, and you have a chance to pull Pikachu Gengar right out of these packs. And they cost, what do they cost, like $12 right now? Actually, we should do an update on that, make sure that that's up to date, because it's been a while, and there's a hot pack. And then the 2 Marvel, it might have gone down, if anything, but we don't know, so we'll find out. As time goes by, it generally goes up, because a lot more of it gets opened over time. All right, but you might pull the Pikachu Gengar out of those packs, and so you got to wonder, do I join the break or do I open the packs? How many packs could I open? You can open like 11 packs, basically, for the same price as an entry into the Gengar break. Ready? So less than a full box, I think. Sniff this. Impel Marvel selling like hotcakes, like cupcakes. Good. What should I work on tonight, you guys think? Oh, look at that Haunter, man. Okay. Here's me opening this. And we've got Mr. Stan Lee, Mr. Marvel. Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus. Giant Size X-Men. Silver Surfer. Rogue. Fantastic Four. A can opener. Get me out of here. Here's Cloak. We're looking for Thanos all the time, by the way. He's a really good pull. Here's Doctor Doom and Spider-Man. That's cool. Daredevil versus Punisher. She-Hulk. There you go. And Dazzler. Very nice. She-Hulk and Dazzler. Doopy doop doopy doop. Music. Okay. Next pack. Digimon. What are you talking about, Digimon? You think we should have Digimon on the menu, by the way, guys? What do you guys think of Digimon? We had Digimon, and it didn't perform very well. And then I let it go, and then I brought one Digimon set back, and it also didn't do well. And so I said, all right, we're out of here. Sinister 6. Oh, my gosh. Look at that Venom card. So good. And then here's another Doctor Doom. So these were clearly sorted by the computer to be very close to each other. Super cool. Here's Baron Zemo. Here's Blob. Here's Spider-Man Thor. Here's Phoenix, Arizona. Captain America. The Hulk and Spider-Man. Super Surfer Quasar. And New Mutants. Whoa. Bring back them old mutants, please. All right, cool, man. That's for you, Harry Kennison. I hope you're enjoying those. Ooh la la. How's the Shanks break? Shanks break is really cheap. $25 a spot. It's at 4 out of what? 15 spots, I think. How many spots are in it actually? So this is the One Piece break for people who love One Piece. It's alternative art Shanks. It's a 1 in 15, and it's a $25 buy-in. Just doesn't move like a Pokemon break, man. People always want the Pokemon breaks, but non-Pokemon breaks move a little bit slower. We got to get more One Piece people together. You got to bring in some friends that say, oh, I love One Piece. Let me jump in that One Piece break. Yo, Harry Kennison. Harry, your bag's getting big. Big and hairy. We'll put this against this top loader. I like to put that there, and we'll put this here. So next time, we might have to expand that bag. Thank you, Harry Kennison. All right. We've got Gundam, Heatran, Pikachu, Raccoon Mario. It's a me, Mario. Boop, 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 boop. Here's Bulbasaur. It's Bulbasaur. Next up, Mark Kaplan. One last big order for me. I'll give myself a guaranteed SAR. A whole box of the Chinese Terror Festival. 2 Ascended Heroes, 2 Abyssi, 1 Paldea Evolved. Okay, so 2 Abyssis. 1 Paldea Evolved. This is a pretty popular set right now. People are trying to pull the Chase Magikarp. Big deal, right? It's a big deal. 2 Ascended Heroes. We're going to pull some of these out of here. Digimon should be more popular. It's got some cool monster designs. I don't like the fact that every monster in Digimon has Mon at the end. Agumon, go! Refrigeratormon, go! Hot girl with titties and guns, go! Boo-Boomon. Something about it just feels less classy instantly with the Mon at the end. It's like, why did you force yourself to be that way? They should be allowed to have just like a name, you know? Every one of them shouldn't end in Mon. Sounds like it's like, when I'm reading off the names, I feel Jamaican. I feel Jamaican because I'm going, Agumon. Yeah, Mon. All right. Now, the whole box of Chinese Terror Festival, which we have over here. But yeah, you'll have like a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something like that. And then right next to it, you'll have like some girl with their tits out. And it's like, these are the same monsters from the same game. It's like, what? I don't know about this design. All right. Pokemon did not do that. Pokemon, well, I mean, they had Serena. Low punny. All right, ready? Hey, that last one's my favorite. Did we get a new lightning break? No new lightning break yet. Haven't decided on it. You know, I've got one more Lego set to sell. Technically 2 more. I'm tempted to turn that into the next break, but I'm not sure. So it's a gigantic Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise. We could have that be a break. It'd be 15 times 40. Or I could just sell that on eBay. It doesn't have to be a break. But yeah, when we did the Lego Pokemon Legos, I got 3 of them. One of them was Pikachu. One of them was it Eevee? And then one of them was the trio, Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur. It appears to be something that could be pretty investable if you hold it for 10 years. That being said, it's humongous, and I want to move, and I don't want to have, you know, more money wrapped up in this thing that is really like space expensive. Like, it takes up more space. It's just another box that has to be picked up. So I'm tempted to sell that, because originally my plan was to just hold on to it and see where it goes. That could be a break, a Lego break, but it depends on if you guys want it. It's absolutely gigantic. It's the biggest Lego item of the 3 that we did a break on. Pokemon entices us with Jinx. Ready? Here goes, Mr. Mark. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Sneeps. Sneeps. So we could do a Lego break on a gigantic Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, or we could just pick something else entirely out. What do you guys go crazy for when it comes to breaks these days? Any ideas? I'm always curious what the audience wants the best. See, from my point of view, I'm supposed to host a break on whatever is going up in price the most. That's all. But that's not always what you guys want to break. Sometimes you guys want to break something totally different. All right. Here goes. Oh. Oh. Oh, a Master Ball. That's omelets, I think. Omelet Master Ball. Now we're talking. Here's some hollows. A lot of hollows in here. Hollows. Oh my God, I thought you pulled it. That's going to be the Sylveon Alt-Art, but not the exclusive Sylveon artwork. But you did good, okay? You did good, kid. You did good. You pulled Sylveon Alt-Art. This is going to be a nice box for you, okay? Hey, what else? Can you pull it? Is there a chance it's a double pull? I want a food break. Food break, what would that look like? Maybe I get you like a bunch of ramen or something? That's a goofy idea. A chance to win one of TCC's famous meals. All right. Sign right up for one of TCC's famous meals. PokeRev, 3.29 subscribers. He's better than me. No! PokeRev sucks. Nobody even likes that guy. He does have a lot of subscribers. He's like the main representative for showing off Pokemon cards. Him, Leanheart, maybe a couple others. And I think all the kids basically click on those videos. So, like, it's not just adults with Pokemon cards. Like, obviously, it's kids, too. And those kids are watching PokeRev, Leanheart, and presumably adults, too. But I think he captures the whole family. We don't do that over here. We're a little less family-friendly, wouldn't you say? We're adult-oriented. So we get the grown-ups only. And besides that, this is a card shop. So people come in here to talk about card economics and, you know, what's happening next investor-wise. So it's a lot more dry, maybe a little more boring. Ready? You know, I think I'm going to give you a bag here on the table, Mark. That's what we started doing with you last time, remember? So you're going to get a table bag. Hey, bro, show codes. Bro, please, bro. It's mainly kids. Yeah, there's some kids for sure. There's kids in the world, and they might be watching PokeRev. How about Mr. Beast, too? I saw Mr. Beast go by, a Beast video, and it says something like, last person to leave the mansion keeps the mansion. And I was like, he talks a big game about he makes the perfect content that gets people to click and watch. And I was like, why would I ever in a million years click this? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. He has the same trick every time. He goes, I have a lot of money, and then people have to do some abusive thing to get it. That's it. And it's virtually the same video every time. It's just, oh, I wonder if they can stand staying in the house if we fill it with the fart juice or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, who's watching that? Because I looked at it and it had like millions of views, and I was like, is that real? So I guess it's real. I don't know. All right. So what is next? We have an order from Today we've got a lot of orders from Mark. Thanks, Mark. Now we have an order from Team Rocket Grunt. One last chance at a hit, one live custom, 3 Poke Shuffles. Yes, sir. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Shaboinks. Ah, man, that's going to be Chainsaw Man. How about those 3 Poke Shuffles? Come on, Poke Shuffles. There's something in here for sure, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. But they dance around your orders. 1, 2, 3. He does dedicated dubbing for his video. Guys, that voices Naruto, does Mr. Beast in Japanese. Are you ready? Whoa! Oh my God, it's the $30 Jigglypuff again. How many times will that card be pulled? That's it. I'm doing dedicated dubbing. It's in this box. He just knows the secret, you know? Here it is. So what you're saying is he's farming views in India. Very clever. I'm having my channel dubbed in Hindi. Is Mr. Beast richer than Elon Musk? I think Elon Musk joked about in a tweet that he wanted to buy the UK to save it or something like that. Here's Jigglypuff. Look at that. Ooh. $20. So you can re-roll it for $15. Re-roll it. Okay, you got it. 15. Okay. Technically, you're just going back in for the same amount you originally went in for. Put this back here. Good luck. Next time it gets pulled, it's going to be just 3 spots. 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, what we got here? Oh, that's a little bit better. That's an upgrade. All right, upgrade into the Suicune 9, which has also been re-rolled a few times, I think. People said, "No, I ain't taking a 9. Give me a 10, bro." Oh, I was going to sing some song about someday somebody will take the PSA 9s. Here it is. Oh my God, it's the exact same thing. $20. Was originally $35. I think I was going to sing Fifle Goes West, but I don't remember this song. Is that Pikachu SAR Chinese for sale? Now, he's not Chinese, he's Korean, and it is for sale. That's correct. It's not my card. Somebody else is selling it directly in consignment for $195. I'll give you an image of the front and the back. So that's what the front looks like, and that's what the back looks like. He's an international person, and he does not want to bother grading it, so he would like you to buy it for $195. If it grades 10, it's your benefit. If it grades 9, I guess that's tough. I don't know. Can I become rich like Elon Musk with Pokemon card? I think you can. It's wigged, reroll. All right, it's wigged, reroll time. Well, so far you haven't lost anything. So you broke even twice. Ba-doop boop. Doobie doo doo. 2, 3. Suicune. Okay. All right. He'd be pretty happy if I told him it sold. I'd be like, hey, it sold finally. I notice he's the only one selling a raw card up on the table. You guys are all allowed to do that. You're allowed to sell raw cards on the table on consignment. You're all welcome to do it. There you go, Old Maid Eevee. Reroll, Old Maid Eevee. Now you're talking. Now you get rich. That's an upgrade. Where is it? Somewhere. Aha, $45. Now we're talking. What do you want to do now, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt? Ba-da-bum-bum. It's actually not a bad price for it. Likely would get a 10. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look too bad. You can have me do a pre-grade. Here we are. Huh, should you be allowed to order a pre-grade on a card on a table, an ungraded card? I think you should be allowed to. All right. It almost feels like cheating, though. Maybe the person selling it wouldn't want you to have a pre-grade because he doesn't want you to damage his odds of selling his own card. It's an interesting thought. Reroll that eBay. The shuffles are hot. All right, let's re-roll it. This is going in for what, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9. 9 times 5 is 45. And the EV shall be re-rolled for $40, which is 80 bucks. I'm sorry, $40, which is 8 spots. Okay. Thank you for the information, Law. This is what I dream of after going 20 shuffles deep. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is. Now, every time he re-rolls, he can either gain or lose or break even. There it is. Mega Heracross coming out next. Okay. The thing is, since every time you re-roll a card, it gets cheaper, but it goes back in for its original price, you're actually causing the box to slowly get colder every time you re-roll. So if you re-rolled it like 100 times, you are actually going to face a declining box. So re-rolling isn't safe to do forever. It won't work forever, you know? Eventually it catches up with you. That 108, all right, you went from 45 to 50. Now, here's one trouble. 50 declines by $10 on the re-roller. Are we keeping this one or re-rolling this one? This Heracross, it's got a double star. It's an SR. It's a nice looking 10. Worth $60. Your re-roll will be $40 because he's been re-rolled before. He's going, I don't know. Re-roll it or keep it? Putting that there. It's going to re-roll to 40. Checking for other orders. It's 618 already, remarkably. 4 re-roll deep. Going for the 5th one. Re-roll, please. All right, let's go do the re-roll. So this guy will go back into the box for 50, and then he'll be re-rolled for 40. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we got 10 of these. All right. Whoa. Oh, see, that's how you end up with like a double card. I was about to write it down again. That wouldn't have been good. Then we'd have 2 Mega Heracrosses in the box. I got to be careful with that. See, I'm not a computer. I make mistakes. Computers don't make those mistakes. I'm a human, sadly. If only I could be cyborg. All right, good luck. Now we're going 8 deep. 1, 2, 3. So far you started with 3, now you're at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, what we got going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You might be winning here. That says Poker Victini. Oh, it's TCCG. I was going to say a PSA 10 of Poker Victini should be about $100. So I'm betting this is a $75 card. Let's see. Now we have the other problem that we're running into. Oh, it's cheaper. Okay, it's a $40 card. It's even been re-rolled one time. I put it in the box pretty cheap. So that's TheCardconomist TCCG Victini. You can re-roll it for $35. Yeah, one of the problems with all the re-rolls is it's very time expensive. Like, it's very cool that we've got this thing going on that people enjoy, but let's say you re-roll it like 20 times. It starts to be that other people have to wait in line for their turn for a long time. I'll keep the Victini. All right, you're going to be keeping the Victini. I'm going to write your name down here, because I know in like 2 seconds you're going to say, put it up on the table for consignment. All right, there we go. We'll put this up here. He's stopping at Victini. Very nice. All right, now we have Miss Christine. She's got a really big order. She says 3 of the Chinese Pokemon Gem Volume. Oh, you wanted 18 of the Gem Volume 3. And then you want 5 of the Paldea Evolved. Oh, Paldea Evolved, huh? That's a big one. Computer, program mister did never make a mistake and buy Digimon. I don't know, bro. Digimon's like, I'm Agumon. I want to evolve into Stinkymon. All right, now Gem Volume 3. That looks like a whole box of it. And then let's see what the other part of this order is. So you also order 3 of the 151 Surprise. So let's get a box of Gem 3 and a box of Surprise, which are both right here. Ow. Set that there. And we'll grab this as well. Ta-da! Miss Christine, how are you today? We got 2 of the 151 Surprise. Now, just so you know, if you really want a shot at that Gengar, we also have the Gengar break. There it is. So that's the Gengar you're after. 128. Costs a lot, but those odds are pretty remarkably pretty good, because your odds of pulling the Gengar out of here are pretty low, and then he might grade 9. Of course, I'm going to eat those words if you pull it in these 3 packs, but it's a fun experiment because we'll see if you do. We got our first person in that round over there. Look at that, 1 out of 36. Long way to go. All right. Good. How do you join in that? It costs $128. It's a big break. You literally just send 128, and then your name goes in. And then when it reaches 36 out of 36, when we got enough people in there, then we set it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So a whole box of these. Yeah, so mathematically, what's crazy is you might have a better shot in here per dollar compared to trying to pull the Gengar on average, right? Like, so on average, opening these packs, it might require so many packs for one Gengar to show up that this might be cheaper. What's also interesting is this one's already graded 10. The fees have been paid, he's already back, and he did get the 10. Well, over here, you would have to pay for grading, which, you know, that's part of the calculation. And then many of these will grade 9 and 8. So you actually need to pull, on average, probably like 3 Gengars in order to get one PSA 10. And so you have to do a calculation. Okay, how many packs does it cost to pull an average of 3 Gengars? And we sell the 9 and the 8 back into the market, and we sell any other, you know, like decent card back, you know. So you do a calculation like that to find out what's better per dollar for the risk. Is this better per dollar for the risk, or is this better per dollar for the risk? Well, I've sat down with the AI in front of the audience before, and I've done the calculations before, and the AI comes up with a mathematical model each time that says the same thing. The slab breaks give you a better chance, because the biggest issue is that you have to open so much product before even one Gengar shows up. That's the biggest issue. Whereas when you're in the break, you're immediately going toward a Gengar. And then on top of that, a lot of people misunderstand how many Gengars have to be pulled before one of them grades 10. So you have to open a crazy, on average, the average pull rate, you have to open a crazy number of packs for a Gengar, and then you have to pull more than one of them on average to get a PSA 10 out of there. It is. And you have to do all the work of selling back all your extras. We are. And that might help close the gap a little bit between the table break and the booster pack breaks. But this is surprisingly very efficient, very cheap. And the booster pack openings can be very expensive. Here it is. No Magikarp. So that's why we offer... Look at this. You got a Super Rod. You're ready to catch the Magikarp. She's got Super Rod now. That's what you need for that Magikarp. You got to have that. So that's an important step. I think that means the next Paldea Evolved opening that you pull, it's going to be instant Magikarp. All right, so now the 151 Surprise. There you go. Snipping this. All right. Snipping this. All right. Snipping this. There's not a lot of information on the pull rate for that Gengar, but I can tell you we've opened 4 cases with 20 boxes per case and pulled 0 Gengars out of all those cases. So he appears to be pretty rare, which is probably reflected in his unusually expensive price. All right, there we go. Ready? Oh, we got a little Vaporeon, Golem, and Seadra. See how fast that went by? There we go. Toss that away. So 128, is that the cost of a whole box? I think that's less than a whole box, right? It says here 151 surprise is times 12, or $12 per pack. So what would that be, like 15 times 12? I think there's like 15 packs in a box. So a box would probably be about 180. So this is actually, a spot in here is less than 1 box. Are you ready? Here's, the doggy. Doggy Tombstone, Houndstone. Here's Master Ball, Houndoom, Clefable. Here's a Houndoom EX. He's kind of a, I guess he's technically a hit. Here's, this set's popular too, guys, because this set hands out a couple alt-arts. Doesn't it, oh, look at that Chandelier. Doesn't this set hand out the Cubone? I believe it does. Cubone, Meowth, and Gengar. And actually, I'll tell you what, we have not repriced this in a while, and it probably is time to do that, because I'm betting between those 3 alternative arts that are Chinese exclusive, I'm going to bet you that the price on these have risen by now. Same with the 151 surprise. The price may have risen by now. So I think those are ones to look into. Oh, it's not stamped. A little Clefable. I pulled the Mega Gengar from the Mega Dream earlier, so I'm probably pushing my luck. Did you really? Wow, congratulations. Here's Miss Majors. Here's Cubone. All right, we got Infernape. I will try to join for the surprise Gengar later. Just remember, we host the best breaks. We are. That's a really good break. If you ever need to sit down and do the math on that break, I encourage you to whip out AI and ask AI what's cheaper, a spot in this break or pulling the Gengar naturally and grading it 10. And it's going to tell you the same answer. It's going to say the break's actually cheaper somehow. All right, so there we go. So I encourage you guys to try that out. We are. To me, it doesn't matter if you pull that Gengar or if you open 151 surprise booster packs, because I actually make the same amount of money. Did you know that? So whether you open these packs or you get in that break, I make the same profit margin. They have the exact same markup. And so it doesn't matter to me. So why host this? Well, just because I did the math and I think it offers you guys a better chance. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I could just do booster packs and not have to do all the trouble of hosting a break. Okay, that's for you, Miss Christine. Ready? Yeah, we do the exact same markup. There's no difference in the profit margin for me. Ooh, you got a fat bag. Look at you. All right, I like it. You got a ton of cards, huh? Robots. We can't host too much. Ooh, busy day for me. Yeah, a busy day. It's good to be busy. Let's grab this. Okay. Pulling this out. Yeah, how many cases have we gone through of this exact product and no Gengar has been pulled? We're actually almost done with the current case. Okay. Lovely. Pretty full. I finished the day with over 30 hours for the week. Nice, dude. is this for? Your package is now with the carrier. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Now, what's over here? We're hitting refresh. Here's Roki Hyun, 7 English Obsidian Flames. You got it. That doesn't get opened too often. It's nice to see Obsidian Flames getting opened, but where do I keep Obsidian Flames? 7 Obsidian Flames. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back when Obsidian Flames was out, people were like, oh, Pokemon's going into the toilet. Not an investment. The Charizard would come out, and he would sell for the cost of like 1 booster box. Like virtually nothing. And everyone kept reporting how Pokemon card prices are falling. It's all anyone ever reported. And you got all these YouTubers they were making money, making content, talking about how the hobby is doomed. It's all over. I feel sorry for all the normal people who listen to those YouTubers. Here we are. Did we make content like that? No, we didn't. I didn't say that the hobby was over. I didn't say that, oh, yo, look at these falling prices over and over. It's junk. Ready? Here's Meltan. Oops. Here's Magnemite. Of course, I was feeling it too. I was feeling the price drop. And I was like, oh gosh, people must not like Scarlet Violet. Here's Absol. But if I thought that the hobby was so bad, why would I hold on to so many of my grails? Here's Gloom. Togekiss. Bond Sweet. One more pack. Come on, baby. We got Lechonk. All right, that's going to be 1 Absol and 1 Lechonk. I think this art is way underrated. Yeah, I like this Charizard a lot. I think he is totally underrated. I'm going to get you another bag, Mr. Roki Hyun. 1 Absol it is. Okay. Thank you so much. Good. If you guys didn't know it, we're pretty close to the end of the Jungle Pack Split. This is one of the closest breaks right now. It's $119. So like $120 for spot. That's a gym break. And then after the gym break's over, I think there's only like 2 or 3 spots left. It's that close. That's almost done. We have an order from our friend Mark Kaplan. 2 Ascended, 2 Japanese Abyssai, 2 Chinese 151 Surprise. Okay, 2 Chinese 151 Surprise. Oh yeah, I said I'd check the price on those. And what are we missing? The Abyssai. So before we go any further, we're going to do a price check on some of the most popular Chinese products. We're going to find out if the 151 Surprise packs are correctly priced. Okay, let's try this first. Okay, and let's try this second. How about this? Am I the only one carrying it? That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. It looks like my competitors aren't even carrying it. All right, so let's jump over here. That's because I'm kind of like a product holding channel. That's been my strategy. We don't like to run through our product too fast. We like to retain some product and see where it goes. All right, here's a Gem 3 case. Good. And we know it's 18 per pack, so that helps. Oh, hold on, I did that wrong. Divided by 20, divided by 18. And let's look at our price now. What is our price looking like? Gem 3. Looks like we're fine on Gem 3, so Gem 3 is not going to change. And now let's try 151 Surprise. Gem 3 is just a good product. That's all there is to it, guys. Good product. All right, here it is. Gem 3. What's going on with Gem 3? Let's see. I'm going to close this. And let's pull out the calculator. Divided by this number, divided by this number. So it looks like the 151 surprise is fine too. We're not going to touch 151 surprise either. Okay. All right, so I'm all done with that. So we're not going to touch those two. Those are going to be left alone. And I'm going to go ahead and start clipping these. Let's do it. Ready? You know, another thing I'd like to get up onto the menu, I noticed we don't carry all of the Topps products, and I wish we did. I wish we had all of the Topps products for sale. There it goes. And here's Ascended Heroes. There it goes. All right, all right, all right. I think those are, oh, I already read that like 2 times. Here's Ditto and Machop. Here's Toucannon, Sleeve, and a cold one. Here's Ascended Heroes, Pig Knight, and yeah, Mega Frostlass. There you have it. Mr. Mark Kaplan. This round, picking up a Toucannon. I love Obsidian's art. So sick. Yeah, he's cool, man. I like him too. So, Mr. Mark, you've got a table bag now. We're keeping you close by because you've been pretty active. Today's stream brought to you by Mark Kaplan. Thank you, Mark. If you're watching this show and you're thinking about placing your first-time order, give it a try. Head over to the description of the live stream. You'll see some ways to pay, including the website, PayPal, ZELLE, Cash App, Venmo, and then you just pick out what you want and send for it. That's it. Now I get an email. Okay, we have a Nicholas Pacheco order, and he says OP 15 times 4, and these one-piece packs for Mr. Ki-Hyun Roh. Oh, okay, you got it. So he's buying these for Mr. Roh Ki-Hyun Roh. Let's see, where is it? Where are they? 1, 2, 3. Is that box empty? This box is empty. So this is a gift from Nicholas to Mr. Ki-Hyun Roh. Boop. Is he watching? Does he know about it? This is a gift from Nicholas Pacheco. Remember, you gifted him a little nice thing? He's gifting it back a little bit. How nice. There we go. Very nice. He says, wow. Yeah. This group's pretty generous, actually. Always has been. Yeah, this channel fills up with people who like to donate. I think it's because we come in here, we just try to have some fun, you know. It's like, you know, in life, there's only so many things you can do for fun. And Pokemon cards is now one of those things. Collectibles in general. And so this is like a new bar almost. That's the way I see it. It's almost like a bar. You come here, you open some packs. Maybe you buy someone next to you a free pack. All right, that goes to Mr. Roh Ki-Hyun. It wasn't a manga, but if it had been, it would have been shocking. It's the thought that counts. We're going to enter you into the giveaway list. Here we are. $26. I'm at 80. Roh Ki-Hyun's at 393, which is really shocking. 530 and 26 so far. Whew. Let's see. That's all done. I think we better wrap up. It's 6:40, guys. Nicholas Williams says, for the pack split battle. Okay, the pack split battle's going off. All right, just so you know, the jungle pack's about to go off. It's very close. That is a very close jungle pack, everybody. Nicholas Williams. This is not a big, not a small break. This is a pretty large one. Nicholas Pacheco. Good luck in there. You're risking a lot. Now, each person will get a card by the end of this break. Whatever you want to call it. It's like a tournament. I don't see a Nicholas Williams card. Did you need a brand new card? Maybe you needed a brand new card. Okay, brand new card. You got me that Rocket Scyther. It's the least I can do. Here we are. Oh, that was a good outcome for you. Is that right? I don't remember that part. Nicholas Williams. Okay. We're going to put your wins and losses here. Fresh card. When did the last 90 days start? Does it say? I don't know when the last 90 days started. Put that back. Here goes. All right. Let's see. By the way, you guys are allowed to donate cool cards to the playing deck. See the deck we use? You can donate a card to it if you want to donate something funny or powerful or cool looking. Nathan Gordon, see, he donated. We put your name at the bottom if you donated. Computer search. Oh, he's got you. He's got a computer search. He pulls Skeledirge. Round 1, Nicholas Williams. Round 2. Okay, Spidops is a little weak. Energy. Oh, yeah, he swept. There it is. It's going to Nicholas Williams this time, Rookie Hune. Okay. Putting this back. I'm sorry. All right, you're a little bit negative. At this point, you're a little bit negative. You're negative by 2. You're pretty close to break even, but that's going to be a miss. Nicholas Williams, you will be taking a spot in the jungle pack. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, we circle that. Yes, mister, this was my 4th consecutive loss. What? I don't know how that's possible. That can't even be. I don't know. Yeah, gym breaks can be tough sometimes. But you have a lot of wins too, so it's not as bad as it looks. Some people have only losses. Okay, so we're officially up to 7. That's it. So there's 3 spots left in the jungle pack break, and then that goes off. 3 spots remain. Remember, the Pikachu, if you were to just pull that and it graded 10, that's a $1,000 card, just the Pikachu. That's why that pack costs so much. That is the nature of it now. We're talking big dollars. All right, guys, it's 6:44 on a Wednesday. I think it's time to wrap up. But you can always check break history in order to see what's finished. Did Pokemon Pikachu go off yet? Not yet. Here it is. 2 out of 5. Alicia's in there. 2 out of 5. So we're still waiting on that one to go off. The lightning break is done. We haven't picked a replacement for that yet. We have a new rare candy break. It's that new Gengar Pikachu, which is really fancy looking. All right, so we're all done. I'm going to take a break now. I'm going to go relax and hang out with Karis and have dinner. It's already 6:45, so if anything, we need to find a way to pull this time back on this because we need to start earlier and finish earlier. I'm not supposed to be running until 7. Karis gets off at 5, basically, so run until 7. She's probably just sitting there waiting for me, so I got to find a way to pull the time back. All right, see you later, guys. You can use my credit for Pikachu. I'll go ahead and do that before we step out. Pikachu is now 3 out of 5. There's only 2 spots left on the Pikachu. That's a promotional card. It's a promo. Pikachu gift holographic Pokemon Go. See you later, guys. I'll see you tonight.